This is the Height Differential. It's our first episode in 2026. That's the 6'6", Neil. I'm the 4'10", Nick. We got plenty to talk about. We're going to break down and go into the college football playoff Final Four, which will happen this Thursday and Friday. A bunch of NFL to get into. A lot of coaches getting fired. Some were not fired.
Some were
and
not.
then we'll talk
Some
a little
were
college
not.
hoops and get into some other stuff. But I guess, Neil, can you believe it's already 2026?
Man, it's 2026 off to a great start. I must say, after the Indiana Hoosiers absolutely take it to the Alabama Crimson Tide on New Year's Day. So 2026 off to a great start for me. New Year's Eve was great. I don't know, had a little party at some of our friend's house. Saw the ball drop at midnight and came home and went to bed. So I don't know, did you do anything exciting?
We were going to go over the big dogs, and it didn't happen. So then I just went up to hoops and had a couple beers and came
Drinking the New Year hoops?
Yeah. So
All right, there you go.
nothing too crazy, but
There you go.
nothing too crazy.
Nothing says New Year's like some boneless wings and champagne.
Well, I didn't have any boneless wings, but I had a lot of Bud Lights and some little too many shots as well, probably.
There you go.
But yeah, I guess we can go straight into the college football playoff. Do you want to start with I guess we should start with the Fiesta Bowl since that game comes first. We can obviously get into your Hoosiers, but let's start with the Fiesta Bowl. Who thought we were going to be seeing Miami and Ole Miss?
Yeah, neither one of us, because I'm pretty sure we had those two teams as our least likely upsets, and look what happened. They both did it. So if you're listening to the Height Differential podcast, which I hope you are, if you're hearing us, that means you are. We don't know ball. So we don't know ball. We just talk a bunch of nonsense and did not expect either one of those teams to be in the position that they are, especially Ole Miss with all the kind of circus that went around the coaching turnover there and who's coaching, who's not coaching, and all of that. But, man, credit to them. They played a great game against Georgia after they lost to Georgia earlier in the year, and came back and got that revenge.
I mean, they've lost one game, and they led for 3 quarters in that game and then blew it in the fourth, and that was Georgia, and then they ended up getting a revenge on them last week. I mean, I didn't like all these games, and now we've seen it. Teams with a bye are 1-7 overall. Indiana's the only team that's won after getting a bye, and we'll get into in their game more. But even them on their first drive, Mendoza gets sacked twice. They go 3 and out. They kind of were able to get in the rhythm after that, but I didn't think Georgia played terrible in this game.
No, this game was definitely the game of the quarterfinals. I mean, it was back and forth. It was close pretty much the whole way. Georgia kicks the field goal with less than a minute to play to tie it, and Ole Miss goes right down the field and kicks that game winner with 6 seconds left. So, it was by far the best game of the 4. And, you talked about it with the teams on byes being 1-7, and we mentioned, like, is it a disadvantage not playing for a month? Like, these teams they're coming off, a game from the week before or 10 days before are back in game shape, and you take that month off, and it's like almost like you're starting the season over.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think that played that much of a role in this game because I didn't think Georgia came out and played poorly. I mean, they built a lead and really looked like they were in control.
Yeah,
and but the best player on the football field to me was Trinidad Chambliss, and
yes.
when they were able to, get pressure on him, he was able to make those Superman hero plays to keep Ole Miss in drives. I mean, he's running back to the 5-yard line.
He went almost into his own end zone. He about ran into his own end zone and came out of it.
And, I mean, it helps when you've got the best player.
Yeah.
And on whatever day that was, New Year's Day, he was the best player, and I think he was the reason why they were able to come out victorious. I don't think it was because Georgia was on a bye and was kind of sleepwalking. I don't think that was the case. That's been the case in some of these games.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was the case in that game.
I don't think in this game it was either. I mean, like you said, Trinidad Chambliss was the best player on the field. I mean, he threw for 362 yards and 2 touchdowns. against a pretty good Georgia defense. Hey, yeah, I mean, Ole Miss won it for a little bit of that game. Like you said, Georgia was in control. They were up 9, but Ole Miss was just the better team that day, and which to me is just kind of surprising. Like I said, with all the stuff that went off or went around after their last game in the Egg Bowl and Lane Kiffin leaving and who's coaching and all that. So credit to that coaching staff to get these guys focused and have a game plan together to beat Georgia.
Yeah, and then on the other side, I mean, I don't think either one of us obviously didn't see this one coming as well, as Miami's defense continues to play lights out in the playoff. They're not doing a ton offensively, but they haven't had to in the first 2 games, and I do think maybe the bye affected Ohio State a little bit, uh, potentially. I don't think they played as smooth as game as I said. Like, I don't think it affected Georgia. I think maybe it did affect Ohio State, but I mean, Miami in their 2 games have rushed for 330 yards. Uh, so it's a lot of people are comparing this Miami team to Ohio State, who made the run through 4 games and won it all last year.
Yeah, I mean, the story is Miami's defense, obviously, especially their defensive line, probably the best in the country with Ruben Bain leading the way there. And they showed it once again against Ohio State. They had that defensive touchdown, which really kind of set the tone. They were up 7-0 and put them up 2 scores. Yeah, I mean, Mark Fletcher's a beast. They dominated pretty much. That they were in control that whole game against Ohio State. And you look at Ohio State, it's did we overestimate them? Like, did they? The 3 games where they played their quality team or their top 3 teams that they played all season, they put up low scoring number. They had 10 against IU or something like that, and against Texas they put up 13 and then 14 here against Miami. So when the competition gets tougher, Ohio State just doesn't seem to put up very impressive offensive numbers.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of what you see in college football. You don't get to play everybody. You're kind of stuck in playing your conference. You get 1 or 2 non-conference games, and then sometimes you get situations like this. But now we've got Miami and Ole Miss. Who are you leaning towards to go to the ship?
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. And uh, if I had to pick a team, I would probably say, I mean, I keep going against the Canes, but I'm probably going to say Ole Miss. Uh, would be my favorite to win that. Like I said, they've only lost 1 game all year. They've been challenged. They played in the SEC, so they've been challenged against some good teams, mainly Georgia twice, and some other good ones. And Miami, I mean, I keep underestimating them. I mean, with that defense, I wouldn't be surprised if they won. But I just think Ole Miss might be just a little bit better. I don't know.
Well, I think whoever wins this game is going to have to score 20 points at least.
Yeah,
And who do I have more confidence in doing that? I don't know. Like, we've talked about how good Miami's been rushing the football, and that's what they want to do. They want Carson Beck to just kind of control the game, don't make mistakes, and
yeah,
rely on that running game. Like I
yeah,
said, they have 330 rushing yards in their first 2 games. Ole Miss has given up 150 yards per game throughout the entire year. So
yeah,
that lends to think that maybe Miami can have success running the ball. They still got to get to that 20-point mark, I think, who wins that game. Um, to me, what it comes down is because Miami's going to get pressure with their front 4. They don't have to blitz. They're going to bring that front 4. They're going to get pressure on Chambliss. Can he make plays like he did against Georgia, where he's out of pocket? Because if he starts running around and making those linemen run all over the place and wears them out a little bit, maybe that plays in the favor of Ole Miss. I think it's a tough game. I thought you were gonna go Miami. I really did. And
I mean,
I was
look,
gonna
I
go Ole
think
Miss because to me, Trinidad Chambliss is the best player on the field
he
at this
is.
point. And that makes me wanna lean Ole Miss. I didn't go Ole Miss last week because of all the coaching staff stuff, and now there's more changes. Some of them are flying back and forth between Oxford and
Yeah.
Baton
No,
Rouge.
that's
But
true.
I this is why I had it as the least likely upset last week.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of flipping to where I don't think it matters. I just want to roll the momentum and see them go all the way without Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game, I think, and I think you're right. You score the 20 points, you're probably gonna win. I think Ole Miss wins if they don't make mistakes and turn the ball over. So if they don't turn the ball over, I think their offense is good enough to get to that 20-point mark, even though Miami's defense is top 10 in the nation or top whatever they are in the nation. I mean, you look at Ole Miss's offensive outputs in the last, I mean, they haven't scored less than 30 points since October 11th when they scored 24 against Washington State. But ever since then, they put up over 30 and even into the 40s. So their offense, I think, is good enough to get to 20 points against Miami. As long as they don't turn the ball over, I think Ole Miss probably does win.
It's definitely a game where it's a tale of two strengths. It's Ole Miss's offense against Miami's defense. If Miami is able to get a lead early by running the football, and then I think it definitely leans in favor of the Hurricanes. This is not a game that they want to get behind in.
No, no, they won't. Yeah, they won't win playing from when you need Carson Beck to come from behind. I don't
But
think
if
it's
they get up 10-0 early, I mean, I know
yes,
we saw Georgia or Ole Miss come back against Georgia. I think Miami's defense is a little better than Georgia's. Can they do it 2 games in a row against a better defense? I don't know, but I'm surprised you're going Ole Miss. I'm going Ole Miss as well.
yeah. I mean,
But if here's
it
do what?
would not, it wouldn't shock me if he went the other way either. I
No,
think it'll
I
be
mean,
close.
we're
Yeah,
nothing's gonna shock you at this point.
no, it's true.
And look, here's the thing, like, either way, we get to see Pete Golden take Ole Miss to the championship
That would be sick.
without half the coaching staff, or we get to see Miami play for a championship in their home stadium. And
True.
they're the last team that got in, and now they have a chance to play for a title and potentially their home stadium.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Well, to get to the Peach Bowl, just I guess first off, your thoughts on you already kinda touched on it a little bit, but your thoughts on Indiana is just putting it on the Crimson Tide.
I mean, it was a dominating performance. I mean, 38-3. I did not see that coming. I thought IU would win, but I thought that it would be maybe a one score game. But I mean, it was just dominating. The IU defense, absolutely outstanding. Offense, also great. Mendoza didn't have to do too much, but what he did, he was almost perfect. He was 14 of 16 for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then on the ground, they ran for 215 yards. So offensively, A plus. Defensively, holding Alabama to 3 points, A plus. And I know Simpson went out with an injury. Was that right after halftime? So at that point, the game was pretty much
It was
over
already over.
anyway. Yeah. So I don't really think that they were going to come back, but dominating performance on both sides of the ball for Indiana.
I mean, it kinda looked like what Alabama used to be, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, just fundamentally sound, not missing tackles, like, they just do everything perfect. Like, it really like, they just execute everything. They don't miss tackles in the open field. Every play they run, I feel like they run it to perfection. It's just I didn't think like, everybody was talking about that's one of the few things I think I got right, is I didn't think Alabama was gonna beat Indiana. And you waver on it a little bit just because one side you see Indiana and you see the name
Yeah.
Alabama,
I mean,
and it
that's
makes you
it.
waver.
I mean, that's
But
really what it was. Yeah.
what we've seen all year long is Indiana, if they play an inferior team, they put it on them. And I don't care if this team is Alabama, they still were an inferior team, and they put it on them. I mean,
They did.
Indiana is the clear-cut best team in the country, and they if they play 2 games as well as they can and should play, they'll win a title.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little worried about the game coming up. I know they've already beat Oregon once, and we'll get into it, but I think Oregon's the best team left. I mean, if they get through Oregon, I think they win the title.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and switch over to Oregon, who I mean, we talked about Texas Tech's defense
Yeah.
and being one of the best in the country, but offensively, they had moved the ball all year, and they don't get a point against this Oregon defense, who obviously played their best game defensively that they had played all season, just needed 23 points to win. And now, I mean, there really isn't a lot to dive into to that game. It was just a dominating performance by Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything to add? Like,
No, I mean, you shut out Texas Tech.
yeah.
Like you said, only 23 points to win, and you still win by 23. I mean, that's pretty good. The Oregon offense against, like we said, that Texas Tech defense was their strength all season. And Oregon still put up 309 yards on them, 245 passing, only 64 on the ground, but they really didn't need to do much to
No,
win. So,
no, and for all everybody's questioning their defense after James Madison in the second half was kinda having their way, they they put those questions to bed real quick,
I
and
mean, 4
now
turnovers 4 turnovers by Texas Tech really kinda did them in. I think there was 1 pick in the end zone, in that game as well, and so, yeah,
but really just a clear-cut dominating performance by both of these teams, and now we do get a rematch in the Peach Bowl. I mean, do you see any way that the result is different this time?
I can see it. Yeah, I mean, that was the game in Eugene was a close one. I mean, IU didn't win it until late, and when they had that interception to kinda seal it, they only won by, what was it, like 3, I believe? Let me find that score. No, they ended up winning by 10, but they put it away late, but that game was close almost the entire way. It was 20-20 in the 4th quarter. So, Oregon was right there with them. I know it was at home, so it makes it more impressive that IU went into Eugene and won. I could see the result being different. I don't think it will be different. Um, but Oregon's a really, really good football team. Like I said, I think they're probably the second best team left in this playoff. So if IU can get through it, I think they probably take the whole thing.
I mean, per the rankings, yeah, they are.
I mean, I think talent-wise, I think overall they are. Like, if you just use the eye test, I think they
But
are.
going into the Tech game, the one thing that I said about Oregon is their offense has not been that great when they're playing top level defenses.
Yeah.
They didn't score a ton of points against Indiana. They didn't score a ton of points against Iowa. And I mean, they scored 23 against Texas Tech, but I mean, and they really didn't need to put a ton of points up. So I think you can kind of push that one aside. Uh, but Dante Moore threw for less than 200 yards the last time out,
Yeah.
threw 2 picks, was
Yeah.
sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
But Oregon has now seen Indiana's
I was
defense.
about to say, you probably have learned from that. Like, you know what Indiana can do, and you've seen it firsthand, so now you make those adjustments, and, Dante Moore's one of the top quarterbacks expected to go in the draft. Like, if it's not Mendoza at 1, it would be him at
Sure.
1. So,
Yeah. And then
so
you got
those are
Campbell's on the other side who's trying to get a
right,
6th year, come back to Ole Miss. But these
right.
are
So
3 of the best quarterbacks in the country.
like, Moore's got the talent to improve on 186 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, I would be shocked if he puts up better numbers than that. But like you said, like, you've seen this defense once. You know what you're getting yourself into. You make the adjustments, and Will Stein who's still the offensive coordinator there, before he goes to Kentucky, is regarded as one of the best offensive minds in college football. So I think he makes the adjustments necessary, and I would expect Oregon's offense to perform better than what they did.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And you gotta try to get their defense has gotta get some pressure on Mendoza. Yeah, the one thing that he does sometimes is take sacks. So, they gotta try to make that happen, but I I just there's nothing. There's no way that I can bet against Indiana
No, I
after
wouldn't. I would not
after
either. I mean, if I think Indiana wins, and I expect it to be a largely pro Indiana crowd down in Atlanta because it's not too far from Indianapolis and in the heart of Indiana. So I mean, it is a drivable trip,
and it's not for
and
the other guys.
it is not for Oregon. So I would expect it to be a huge pro Indiana crowd, which plays into the Hoosiers' favor. And like I said, I think they ultimately they do win, but I think it will still be a pretty good game.
One thing we didn't touch on was the offensive line and Pat Coogan
What,
getting
winning the
the
Rose
MVP of
Bowl
the Rose Bowl?
MVP?
Yeah.
I mean, they did give up 2 sacks on the first drive, so I was kinda surprised by that.
Well,
They were lights out.
after that, and look, we talk about the bye not being ready. They weren't ready for 3 plays.
Yeah,
And then it was like, "All right, let's go."
yeah,
But do you really whoever wins this game, you think wins it all?
yes.
So I'm not so sure on that.
Do you think Ole Miss could beat one of these teams? Because you have Ole Miss beating Miami, so you
I
think
think
Ole
either
Miss
I think Ole Miss or Miami can beat
okay.
Oregon.
Could they beat Indiana? Okay.
I mean, anything can happen, but if they both teams play their best games, no.
Indiana as a national champion football team would be unbelievable.
I mean, we've talked about
It
it.
blows my mind.
There's
Blows my
there's
mind.
nothing there's nothing comparable about it in college athletics and athletics maybe ever.
And then on top of playing in the semifinals and playing in the Peach Bowl on Friday, the transfer portal is open. Guys are making trips to campuses, and Kurt Signetti's hosting transfer portal guys on campus, and he's cleaning up in that too.
Yeah. Well, they've
He's
made more
got
moves than anybody else.
one of the top quarterbacks. He's got one of the top wide receivers coming in from Michigan State. Like, he's cleaning up in the portal, all while preparing to try to get to a national championship game.
And also, like, Dan Lanning is right. Like, you shouldn't have to do both these at the same
No,
time.
it's absolutely ridiculous that this has happened.
Like, I don't know how they finished the tournament before New Year's Day, but I
Why
I
can't
mean,
you just open the portal
yeah.
after on February 1st?
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
don't know, but it's the same in basketball too.
I mean, I guess because you want to get guys enrolled for the winter semester, so they or spring semester, so they can play spring ball at the new school. I mean, I'm guessing that's what's behind
No,
it.
that's what it is. That's why they
Yeah,
want it open. Yeah.
yeah, but
And
it's
how I mean, look, the teams that aren't playing right now, they ain't crying for the teams that are having to
yeah.
do this all at the same time.
I mean, I guess it's true. If you if you don't want to have to deal with it, then I guess your team could suck and
Yeah,
not be playing right now.
yeah, just lose games and don't play. But it is a mess.
Yeah, but
It absolutely is a mess.
it's not affecting old Kurt Signetti. He's cleaning up in the portal, and I'm sure he'll have his guys ready to go on Friday.
It is just I mean, you cannot say enough about the job that he did it his first year, and now he's with 2 up in it in his second year. It's remarkable, and now Indiana is the heavy favorite to win a national title.
They bring it home.
To the NFL?
Yep. We talking about the games, or are we talking about the coaches first?
Well,
Or are we
I
just
mean,
talking about the Bengals for another
let's
hour?
just start with the Bengals. I mean, the game, like, it was clear they had no interest in getting Joe Burrow hurt. Bunch of quick outs, didn't really run their full offense until the last drive of the game where they ran the classics where they got T with the back shoulder,
Yep.
Jamar across the middle, finally got him in the end zone to take the lead. Joe misses the throw on the 2-point conversion to put him up 3 where he had him. Uh, Browns get 2 defensive scores. McPherson misses 2 extra points, and that's how you end up losing.
I mean, that's what it is. It's more of the I mean, not the game doesn't really matter.
It
And to
doesn't.
be honest with you, I didn't watch the game because A, it wasn't on local TV, and B, we had women's basketball game, so I was working. But I did catch, read about it, caught the highlights, and it's more of Cincinnati just beat themselves than Cleveland won it. I mean, the 2 defensive touchdowns. I mean, Cleveland scored 6 offensive points. 6.
Yeah,
And
and
2
3 of them
missed
were at
2
the
missed
buzzer.
extra points, a missed 2-point conversion, 2 missed extra points. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, the Bengals just lost the game themselves, and they once again goes back to not being prepared. Your coaching, all of it, whatever. It
But
doesn't
look,
matter.
here's my thing, like, we talked all about this last week, like, all the momentum, like, whatever, this fake momentum at the end of the season. I'm glad. I'm glad they're going in the offseason with a loss. Now, is it making changes? No. But I'm glad they're going into this season with a loss, and we're not able to talk about, hey, we went into the end of the season winning 3 in a row, winning 5 in a row like they did last year. They don't get that talking point. But before we move on, Noah Fant, that was his 3rd time this year that he has put the ball on the ground and another team has picked it up and scored. And one other stat for you, only 3 teams this year
Saw that.
in one game have had a pick six and a scoop and score.
It's happened all 3 times against the Cincinnati Bengals.
All 3 of them
Yes.
against the Vikings, the Steelers,
Steelers
and the
and the
Browns.
Browns. Yep. And
And
Noah Fant was involved in all 3 of those scoop and scores.
yes, yes. Um, Zac Taylor in his post game says that was a fitting way to end the season. Like what do you think when you hear the head coach say that? Because he ain't wrong. It's fitting, but is that
But
really what you want to
that's
say?
not taking but he's not taking responsibility for the way the season went. It's like, "Oh, it's just fitting, like, it was just bad luck, that things just didn't go our way." It's like, "No, they didn't go your way because you didn't have the team prepared to play good football." Like, take some responsibility. It is a fitting way, but it's fitting because you made it that way.
Well, how many times this season have they had the lead with less than 2 minutes to go in a game? And how many times have they stopped the defense from scoring in that situation and won the game?
0 times.
Yes, and the only time they did win a game late was game 1 when Cleveland missed a field goal at the buzzer. So it wasn't because your defense,
And you could also game 2 when, Browning scored with what, 10
but they
seconds
didn't
left?
they didn't give him a chance to get the ball back really.
Right.
So, I mean, that also happened in the Steelers win. I
Yeah.
mean, T. Higgins slides down so the defense
Oh,
doesn't
that's right.
have
Yeah.
another chance.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So, in order to win games, you either got to score at the buzzer or your players got to take knees inside the 5 and rely on kicking a field goal to win it.
It's pretty sad.
Jamar Chase, they asked him about what do you think Zach meant when he said this is a fitting way?
Oh, he said you have to go ask Zach. He
He
wouldn't
had
even,
no
like,
idea what he's talking about.
yeah, he's like, yeah, yeah.
And look, it is fitting, and this is the way that you've lost every game. But instead of saying it's fitting, say our defense isn't good enough to hold teams in the final minute to win games. And if they were, our record would have maybe flipped 3, 4, 5 games. And if you do that, like, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But this defense is what we knew they were. Changing your defensive coordinator and adding 2 rookie linebackers and 1 defensive lineman is not going to go from being the worst defense to even 20th. They got worse.
They got worse.
And now you're in the same exact situation and you're bringing everybody back. How many coaches got fired today?
I don't know of at least 4. How many ended up getting fired?
At Falcons fired.
Yep.
Raheem Morris is gone.
Browns, Raiders,
Stefanski gone. Carroll
Cardinals.
gone.
Cardinals.
Yes, gone.
Is there another?
I didn't write them down, but plenty of coaches
Yeah.
got the axe today.
Except the one that's probably deserved it the most.
But we knew it wasn't going to happen. And there was one telling thing today. One telling thing
Yeah.
in Mike Brown's statement, talking about how they believe in this staff and they're all coming back next year. He mentioned Duke Tobin.
Yeah.
Duke Tobin usually does not get mentioned. Usually he's in the
So what does
shadows.
that tell? So what is that telling you?
At least tells me that they are aware that the job that he did last offseason wasn't enough.
Okay.
And they still believe in him because he's been there 20-something years and he had drafted Achilles Smith in 1999. They still believe in him. But I do think it shows that they're at least aware that they need to do more in the offseason.
Well, they better be aware. Every fan in Cincinnati's probably emailing Mike Brown saying get rid of Duke Tobin. He's probably heard the name Duke Tobin more times in the last 6 months than he has in the previous 10 years.
I mean, have you?
Yeah. Everybody has. So, of course, he's aware.
And Duke Tobin, who never talks to the media, guess what he's doing on Friday?
I don't even want to hear it.
I mean, it's going to be interesting what he says. Like the fact that
Do you believe anything that he says?
well, we'll see what he says.
Okay.
But the way this team was constructed with that defense and the fact that you thought, I don't know if they thought or not, there was no way that defense was going to help you win games.
No.
There's just no way.
No.
And I hope that he admits that a little bit on Friday. Because they have to do more. You have to do more. They are 7th they rank 7th in cap space with like $77 million available, and that accounts with Trey's money coming off the books.
All of that money should go to defense. Don't touch the offense. Bring back Reisner. Everybody else back on that offensive line that you know of?
Mm-hmm. No, they are.
Everybody else is back on that offense. Don't touch it. All defense. All $70 million of it, defense.
Yes,
they better spend it. They better spend it. If you got the space, spend it.
Well, yeah. And we talked about this last week. It has to be like the free agent signings where they brought in Trey and they brought in Von Bell and they brought in you have to do this again and you have to get it right. And hey, Joe Burrow his hair all grown out and he's running his fingers through it the entire press conference. But
he kind of looks like a bum.
And he needs a haircut. Yeah. But this
Should he go see Tammy at the Fern Creek Clips?
He needs to go see somebody. But this offseason is as big as it gets.
No, it
is. And look, I get on the national media for this narrative that he doesn't wanna be here, that he's gonna retire, that he's gonna leave, and all this. But if you do this again and you
No,
make
this
no
is your
changes
last
to this
chance. This
defense,
is your last chance to get this right. Because if you don't get
I
it right this year, it's over. It's done.
yeah, and
It's
it's a
done.
absolute disservice to not only him, to Jamar Chase, to T. Higgins, to Chase Brown, to all those guys on that offense.
Yeah. This
And
is your last chance to get it right.
you finally got your offensive line. It's the best offensive line they've had
Yep.
since Joe's been there.
Correct.
And you've got a chance to bring that same offensive line back, to have continuity, which we know how important continuity is when it comes to offensive line.
Yep.
And Reisner in his postgame is just talking about how much he wants to be here. And he just hopes that the organization wants him there too. And I mean,
I don't
look,
see why they wouldn't.
we've said a lot of bad things about the organization. I don't think if they can't get this one done, but it's just I
I
think
mean,
Joe
we're not
Burrow
the only ones that
deserves.
feel this way. I mean, I sent you the Nick Lachey. Can Nick Lachey buy the team? Because Nick
I
Lachey
don't
thinks
I
like
don't think
us.
I don't think he's that rich.
98 degrees. They didn't go 20 times platinum enough to get
What
the
did
money
Nick
to buy the
Lachey
team.
say?
Let's read his quote here for you. He posted this on his social media. I think it was Instagram or something. But Nick Lachey, this is a quote from Nick Lachey. This is a slap in the face to all Bengals fans and build a team around them. As you said, he's more than 98% right.
He's more we stole my line, but yeah,
He's
he's
absolutely right. He's 198% right.
he's
Like,
100.
that's the
Yeah.
way that I don't understand how we can all see it, and old man Brown just doesn't understand it.
Well, he might understand it. He just don't want to. He don't want to spend it. I look. They're loyal to a fault, and look, loyal can be a good quality. It can, but I just think that this offense deserves somebody else in charge. I don't get a sense of 100% confidence in this staff when I hear Joe talk, when I hear Jamar talk.
No.
And you want that. And look, this offense is fine. Like everybody's talking about takeaway play calling from Zach. That's not why they're losing games. There's times where I'm like, what? Like,
Well, his
yeah,
decision
that's
making his
but
decision
that's gonna
making
happen with that's gonna happen with any play caller.
his game management and his decision making is poor, and it happened yesterday, and we saw it on the one where it was 4th and 1, and we took the delay of game, and we should have gone for it, and there's another time where,
You
maybe
shouldn't.
you shouldn't have gone for it, and you did. But it happens time and time again where they take delay of games or they're not lined up ready, and they just look a mess, and that's
Well,
on the head coach, and that has nothing
I'm
to do
not
with play calling. He needs to
right.
grow up.
I mean, his play calling is not why they're losing games.
No, it's not. But he needs to grow up as a game manager. And that's a big part of being a head coach.
I think more importantly is you need to be a team manager, and you got to play complementary football.
Yeah.
Because how many times did we see this team play complementary football this year?
0.
No, I think twice.
Win.
The
Baltimore?
last two before this one, when it was already over.
Maybe the
I mean,
Baltimore game at Baltimore.
yeah, potentially, maybe
We
3.
created, 4 turnovers or 5 turnovers?
But I don't know. It's disheartening to see all these teams make moves, and you know your team's not going to make move, and then it doesn't.
Speaking of making moves, and we can get off the Bengals finally, will the Baltimore Ravens make a move
I mean, I
after
don't
the
see
loss
why.
last night? I mean, that's the
I mean,
speculation going around right now is will John Harbaugh be back next year? What that team looks like.
well, if he's not, then I'm gonna go be in charge of the Bengals and fire Zac Taylor and bring him to Cincinnati
I would agree with
because
that.
that would make no sense to fire him. I mean, you're gonna fire a guy because your kicker missed a 44-yard field goal
Or the
when
fact
in a
that
season
eh,
where you started 1-5
I mean,
and all you need was a
that might be why
44-yard
you
field goal
fire
to
the
win it,
guy is because you had no business starting 1-5 and you missed the playoffs.
but they did. I mean, they were
The
able to
Ravens with the roster the Ravens put together, they have no business missing the playoffs.
well, look, we can get to that game last night. Both those teams suck. Like, neither one of those teams are good. Like, yeah, they both kept scoring because both defenses are terrible. And we've talked about how bad all the defenses are in the AFC North all year.
Yeah.
Like, those are not two good football teams. Those are two bad football teams that can't figure out a way to stop the other team.
It's true. It is true.
And it just so happened that a rookie who had been great all year just wasn't up to the moment. And that's why Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin are going to the playoffs. And John Harbaugh and Lamar aren't. And is that going to be if you're going to fire John Harbaugh anyways, like, but I'm not, because they lost that game. Either way, can't be a reason why you fire somebody.
No, I just think maybe because you missed the playoffs with a roster and talent that has no business missing the playoffs. Kind of like with Cincinnati's offense. Like we have no business.
What is their roster that great?
I think so. Yeah.
Is it?
Could've-
Like, neither defense is good. Like, they're getting older. Like, these aren't the same Pittsburgh, Baltimore defenses that we've seen in the past. Like, and we're acting like it is.
I mean, Baltimore.
And yeah, they've had a lot of injuries too.
I mean, but when you're Baltimore and you're coming off an AFC title appearance, and then last year you lose in Buffalo with a chance to go to the AFC because Mark Andrews dropped that 2-point conversion. Like, you're a play away from getting back to the AFC championship game two years in a row, and then all of a sudden you start 1-5 and miss the playoffs. What was that about?
It's because their defense wasn't good at the beginning of the year. And also Lamar, even though he made plays yesterday, it's still not the Lamar we're used to seeing.
I think yesterday was the Lamar we're used
to. No, it's not. It's broken plays. Like, you could have made those throws to Zay Flowers.
That throw on 4th and 9 to put him into field goal range before the missed field goal was great.
Yeah, a fantastic catch by Isaiah Likely too, on the other end.
Sure, yeah.
But like, he completed 11 passes for 250 yards because over 100 of them came on 2 busted plays. And you can tell when he's rolling out that this is not the same Lamar. He's not 100% healthy. He hasn't been.
Well, he's not as fast as he was when he was a rookie. I mean, he's not going to outrun dudes anymore.
We're not talking about a rookie. We're talking about last year.
I know. I wouldn't say he's not as good. He's just not as fast.
He's not 100%. He's not 100%.
I don't know that 100% Lamar is even going to be the same Lamar that you expect.
Well, maybe not, but he's not at 100% capacity right now. And I mean, they took advantage of, the same play twice. It was a replay where Zay just gets completely free, which I don't understand how it happens. But just my bottom line on that one is neither one of those teams are very good. And I would be shocked if the Steelers even really give the Texans a run for their.
Yeah.
So Raheem Morris, talked about him. He's one of the coaches that got fired. They were like 4-1 in primetime games.
Mm-hmm.
They were eliminated from playoff contention on November the 30th when they lost to the Jets 27-24. And if you lose to the Jets, you should be eliminated from playoff contention.
You should have like a 3-year postseason ban. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're eliminated from playoff contention on November the 30th, and then they lose to the Seahawks. They win their next 4, and they end up in a tie with the best record in the NFC South, even though they were eliminated in November.
That's wild.
The Jets, in their 5 games after beating the Falcons, all losses, are outscored 188-54. And they also finished the season with goose egg.
And Glenn did not get fired. Also, how about the Jets? Go 17 games, full season, and don't have an interception.
Zero.
Like not even like a tip ball that just falls into a defender's hands. Zero. Like every team gets a lucky interception. Like, like that ball that's tipped in the air, deflected something here, an overthrow. Quarterback makes an overthrow and just lands right in the safety's lap. I mean, even Geno Stone had more than one interception this year, and he's the worst safety in the league. And it's all because the ball's just somehow magically thrown right to him.
Not the only thing he does well, Neil, is sometimes play center field.
Just wait for the ball to hit him in the lap. But how does that not happen to the Jets? Not one time.
Well, terrible football team. Terrible football team. There
have been terrible football teams before.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
There have been 0-17 football teams before. The Browns, the Lions, and they all at least have an interception.
Yep. This team didn't get one.
That blows my mind.
This team didn't get one.
No.
And There was another play. This the Colts. Did you see the play in the Colts game?
No.
They ran a fake punt like on 4th and 5
Okay.
in the first half against the Texans.
Yeah.
They get it. They leave the fake punt unit out there
What they went
for
like
first down.
no huddle?
They left it out there. Yeah.
They just like went no, or did they huddle up?
They just went no huddle, and
Okay.
they get a 12 men on the field penalty against the Texans.
Ah, smart. Okay.
Didn't win them the game, but I had never seen a team leave their punt unit out there
No,
after
that's
running a fake punt and picking it up and leaving them out there for first down.
an
Thought that was
interesting
something
move.
that was
I mean, when you're eliminated from the playoffs, you can get creative with doing stupid stuff like that and make it fun. So good for them.
uh, the only other game that's mattered this week was the Bucks and the Panthers game. The Panthers lose 3 out of their last 4, but then thanks to the Falcons beating the Saints,
Yeah.
they still get in the playoffs. Do the Panthers belong?
I mean, the Panthers have some big wins this year. I mean, they beat
They
the
have, but
Rams.
they have less wins than they have
I mean,
losses.
no, they're under 5. They're hosting a playoff game with a record of 8-9. But in those 8 wins, they've beaten the Rams. They've beaten the Green Bay Packers. They've beaten which at the time I thought was a good Dallas Cowboys team. So they've beaten some decent teams along the way. So any one game, can they win? Sure. But more than likely they're gonna lose.
Well, they're 10-point
And
dogs.
who are they? They're playing the Rams again, right?
They're playing the Rams. They just beat them.
Beat them right after Thanksgiving on the 30th. So it's not unheard of. They can do it. I don't think they will, but it's
I
possible.
mean, if you get 10 points, you taking that against a team that
I
they
mean, that
just beat?
was nah. Wait, say that again.
Like, they're getting 10 points at home.
I mean, if you were, would you take them?
Probably not. But I'll probably get burned by it.
But also, like, can we stop with this? If you have a losing record, you don't get in the playoffs. You just go to the 4th wild card team. Just get a 4th wild card team in there, some team that at least is a couple games above 500, and let's go. Like, you should not be a playoff team with a losing record.
Well, do you know who gets in before you make up this
No.
this point that you want to bring up?
Oh,
Because
no.
it's JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings.
But they've got a winning record.
They do.
So, yeah, I think the
'Cause
Vikings deserve you don't think the Vikings deserve have a better shot than the Panthers?
they won one more game. The Panthers won their division. I don't know, like,
It's a terrible division.
well, it's not like the Vikings won one more game. I don't know. Like, if there would have been a team that was 10
But,
and
like, I would
7,
have liked to have seen I would have like, maybe if it's not the Vikings, then the Lions. The Lions are also
well
9-8. Either
well,
one of those teams.
maybe you should get into a college football playoff where you can just pick who you wanna get in because that ain't how the NFL works.
I just think that in a losing record, no matter if you win your division, you should not be in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the question, like, but, I mean,
Especially hosting a home game. Like, how ridiculous is that the St. Louis or that the LA Rams have to go to the Panthers in this playoff game?
yeah. It's not the first time this has happened.
Like, you shouldn't
I
just
mean,
automatically get home field advantage because you win your division.
dude, this is an annual problem with the NFC South. This is not the first time. The Bucks usually are they take advantage of this, and now the Panthers are taking it. Heck, the AFC South a ton of times too
The
has
Rams
had
are
this issue.
12-5 and have to go across the country and play an 8-9 team. They have 4 more wins and have to play on the road. Makes no sense. They need to change that. You agree with that?
What do you do?
Like, if you win your division, maybe you get in the playoffs, but you seed based on record.
I
So then put the Panthers as the 8 seed and not
I
the
don't
4
think I don't think I would have a problem with that.
and not the 4 seed.
But so is your if they are 9 and 8, they get to host?
No, only if you're a top 4 seed.
Okay, so you just have to have a top 4 record,
Yeah,
regardless of you.
correct.
So your division winners get in, but then
Yes.
the top 4 records get through.
But you don't automatically it's just like the college football playoff. Like, you win your conference, you're in, but that doesn't guarantee you a bye or doesn't guarantee you a home game.
I
Like
can live with that.
you seed based on record. You can
I can
get
live with
in,
that.
but you might be the 8 seed,
Mhm.
as it should
Yeah,
be.
I can get
Tough.
down with that.
All right.
I mean, an 8-9 team hosting a team that is 12-5 doesn't make a ton of sense. And that game will be Saturday at 4:30.
As it
Surprise,
should.
surprise.
As it
Surprise,
should be.
surprise. The Saturday night game, Packers at Bears. We just saw this one a couple weeks ago. Do you think the Bears gonna do it again? Well, they split in the regular season.
They did split the regular season. I mean, I've kept doubting the Bears all year, and they keep winning, so no reason to doubt them here. I think at home, I think the Bears win. It's what's the spread? Spread's only 1.5, so almost a toss up there.
Jordan Love is supposed to play.
I mean that definitely helps. Do I think the Packers are a better team? Probably, but like I said, I've doubted the Bears all year, and they've proven me wrong. And with it being at home, I would go Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll go Packers just because they've got a little more experience. But the Bears, this is probably gonna be a close game, and what has the Bears done all year?
They win close games.
Until they lost to the Niners.
Yeah,
And I don't know, I'll go Packers in that one. The final game of the NFC will be Sunday at 4:30. 49ers at the Eagles. Should be I think this one I'm looking forward to.
yeah. I mean, did Purdy got hurt in the finale the other day? Didn't he?
He'll play.
Is he supposed to play? I mean, I'm probably going Eagles, right?
I'm going Niners in that one. I don't trust the Eagles offense. Their defense is good, and I mean that's they're but I don't see them slowing down this 49ers offense. I I mean the 49ers were I mean the Seahawks are just their defense is incredible. But they had an opportunity to win get the 1 seed. I just think they've been playing better as of late. I'm going the Niners in that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I think playing a playoff game in Philadelphia is going to be tough, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners won it.
I think it'll be a good one. Bills at Jags, which I think is super enticing.
I think that's probably if I had to pick, I'd say that's probably the game of the first round. Would you not?
Sunday at 1:00.
Like, don't you think that's the most intriguing matchup out of all
Yeah,
six?
I mean, the Bills are a 1.5 point favorite on the road, and I mean, I think if I was making a line, I would have something similar to that.
Yeah.
I mean, Liam Cohen to me is the coach of the year. Like,
Or
people were
over Vrabel?
yeah, I do because I think people were almost counting Trevor Lawrence's career as done.
Yeah,
And
I agree. I
and
probably would say the same. I think he's probably coach of the year only because he's a first time head coach.
yeah, and but also the fact that I mean, a lot of people were thinking Trevor Lawrence might be in the same position that Tua is in right now
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
this season, and instead you're 13-4. You had a chance to be the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
I just think it's an incredible job that he's done. Now, when picking this game, I think this is Josh Allen's chance to win a Super Bowl. I think he's going to take advantage of it.
Well, it's his best chance he's had. I
I
mean,
think he's going to at least get there. I don't know if he's going to win it, but I'm taking the Bills.
when you're in a playoffs with no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, this is your chance.
100%.
So I think he takes advantage of it. I think they win that game, and I think they probably. If I had to pick a winner of the AFC, I think I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills overall.
Yeah, I just said the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
And look, and it's probably us both being hard-headed because the Bills have been there and the rest of these teams haven't. And they've lost some games this year that they shouldn't have, but he's the best quarterback in this tournament. And so I'm rolling with him. Chargers at Patriots, Sunday night, 8:00.
I mean, I think the Patriots win that one. I would say that they win that one pretty easily too. Two score Patriot win.
Upset.
Justin Herbert. You're going with Justin Herbert and the Chargers?
Yep.
My God.
But one always happens. This is for Drake May's first time. It's not Justin Herbert's first time. Jim Harbaugh's proved that he can win these games. I know their offensive line's banged up a little bit, but New England's only a 3.5 point favorite at home, which tells me that Vegas thinks this game's going to be a lot closer than some people think too. There's going to be an upset. This is the one I'm rolling with.
If there was an upset, it's going to be I know that we just said how bad they are. It's gonna be the Steelers over the Texans at home.
Tell me why.
Just it's at first of all, it's at Pittsburgh. They have the home field advantage, which is
So did the Panthers. You didn't pick the Panthers.
well, the Panthers suck. They're 8-9. At least the Steelers have a winning record. But Mike Tomlin has been here. I mean, he does this year in and year out. Don't doubt Aaron Rodgers.
He doesn't win playoff games year in and year out.
He hasn't, but most of the ones he's lost have been on the road. The ones he
You were in
loses,
IU the last time he won a playoff game.
I mean, the ones but they've all pretty much been on the road. I don't know. I think I'm not sold on the Texans. I know they've won how many? When they won
They're
9 in a row.
best defense in the league.
Yeah, I
You
don't know.
think best
I think
defense
if
in
there's
the
a
league?
chance for an upset, it's gonna be Pittsburgh.
So Texans are a 3-point favorite on the road. I mean,
I think the Texans win. Don't get me wrong. I don't think there will be.
I at least had the stones to take an underdog. You're just saying this is the most likely one.
Yeah, it is most likely. I don't think there will be
Well,
an
pick
upset.
it.
I don't
Pick
think
it.
there's gonna be an upset in the first round. There won't be.
There's always an upset in the first round.
Well, when we get on this pod next Monday, I'll be like, Nick, there was no upsets, and you'll be like, you were right.
But yeah, there's no way. There is absolutely no way I'm taking the Steelers in this one. They will not score double digits unless they get a defensive score.
Which is possible.
I'm just telling you.
All right.
We won't get too much into it because we've already gone almost an hour. There are 6 college basketball teams, and I promise you, at some point we will start diving into the college basketball a lot more. There are 6 undefeated teams right now.
Yep.
Michigan, Arizona, Nebraska, who won tonight, Iowa State, Vanderbilt, Miami, Ohio. At this point last year, do you know how many undefeated teams there were?
What is this a trick question? Was there at least one? Okay. I was 2 undefeated teams at this point last year. Houston and somebody else.
There was one.
Was it Houston?
It was Tennessee. They were 14-0, and they lost the next week to the eventual national champion Florida Gators, 73-43. So they emphatically got beat.
Yeah.
I mean, and just to give you a stat on Michigan to kind of talk about how good they have been. They beat USC 96-66 to improve to 13-0. They're the first team in AP poll history to win 3 straight games against ranked opponents by 30 points or more.
That's crazy. That's
just
insane.
putting it on everybody.
That's insane.
And I mean, we've talked about it, how talented these teams are. I mean, Michigan and Arizona, they're going to be up there all year.
Yeah.
But I need to.
Can we talk about the Nebraska Cornhuskers though? To me, that's the darling of the season so far. I mean,
well, both of Fred Hoiberg's connections are undefeated. He's the coach at Nebraska, used to be the coach at Iowa State.
Yeah.
And both of these teams are undefeated.
But like
they win at Ohio State tonight.
Yeah. But like they've beaten good teams. Like they beat Creighton by 21. They have a ranked road win already at Illinois when Illinois was 13th. They win a ranked game at home against a top 10 Michigan State the other day. And then another road win tonight at Ohio State. Like they just continue to keep rolling. I mean, they're winning close games. It's not like they're dominating some of these games, but they're playing good teams and they're finding ways to win.
No, the Illinois game, they hit a game winner at the buzzer to win that one. And their radio guys, with the run that they're on and the calls that they're making in these games, they're winning the internet right now. So if you haven't listened to some of their calls, just Google Nebraska basketball radio guy calls.
Okay.
And they're fantastic. The call in the game when they beat Michigan State over the weekend. God, what was it that they said? Make room for daddy is what they said.
What's that even mean?
Because they're in the top 10. They were talking about they're saying, we're moving into the top 10. Okay. Make room for daddy.
Okay.
So, if I was more prepared, I would have their names. I do not have that. But if you haven't listened to their calls, definitely check that out.
Michigan radio guys. Got it.
Yep. No, Nebraska.
Or sorry, Nebraska rating. Yes. Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yes.
Vanderbilt gets, Alabama, I think, in the next week.
I think that's
So
probably where I think that's where their train
if they win
stops.
that one, you really can kind of start looking at them. Their coach came over from James Madison.
Yes.
Um,
See the Kurt Signetti of men's basketball?
he could be. He could be. I mean, I'll tell you, James Madison, man, they invest in their facilities and their coaches, and
I mean, I feel like they've
seen
got a pretty decent alumni base over at James Matt or yeah,
100%.
that
Yeah, they got some money over
they
there.
got some money. Yeah.
We we got to see Najee. He got in the game at TCU. Didn't take long.
He did. He was booed. First of all, he had a jersey without his name on it. He got booed, and then his stats weren't overly impressive, right? Was it like 5 points, 4 rebounds, or somewhere along those lines? Or
They lost
they
by
did
6,
lose.
first of all.
They did lose.
He had 5 points, was 2 for 3, had 4 rebounds, almost fouled out. He had 4 fouls. But yeah, I mean, dude, they got him into a game so quick that the jersey didn't even make it.
I feel like
He's
they had to
faster
get
than FedEx.
I feel like they had to get him into a game so quick before he was ruled ineligible. But
So yeah, I think he's supposed to wear 46. He's wearing number 50, no name on the back of it, booed by TCU fans. And dude, I'd boo too.
I mean, I'm not booing him. He's still like what do we think? Like what is he, 20 or 22 years old? I'm not booing a
He's
22-year-old.
34.
He might be.
He's
If he's
34.
34, then maybe I'm booing him, but
No, I think
don't boo him.
legitimately,
Don't
I
boo
think he's
him. Boo
24.
the if you're not if you're mad about him playing or you don't want him playing, boo the NCAA.
I think he's 24, 25.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not booing a 24-year-old person playing basketball, but if you're mad about it and you take exception to it, don't you write the NCAA a letter. Call up Charlie Baker and boo him on the phone.
Put his number and I guarantee you people are gonna be calling. But then if their team gets him, they don't care, right?
Right.
If it's your team that gets him, who cares?
Yeah. It's
Cats
just
and the
wild.
Cards both coming off a loss this week.
Yeah.
Which loss is more concerning? I don't think it's much of a of a debate.
I mean, losing at Stanford's not great. Um, they've got a couple issues on the defensive end, trying to stay in front of people and play defense without fouling. I mean, both games on the West Coast. I mean, go to the West Coast and winning both games is hard. Only one team did it last year. But play defense without fouling. Both games they had a lot of fouls, a lot of foul trouble. Just so happened they made shots against California and didn't make shots against Stanford. And this team is they're a top 10, top 15 team when Michael Brown Jr. plays, and without Michael Brown Jr., they're still a really, really good team. I still think they're a top 25 team, but it's completely different. It's completely different.
Yeah, and look, some games just have the look and the onset. You're like, this is gonna be a tough one. And it's that game just kind of had that feel. And like I don't think people put enough into the fact that how hard it is to go out west and win 2 games when you're there for a week.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready to come home, and then you've got Duke on the horizon, and you're playing without your best player, and the threes aren't falling like they normally do. And look, this team is really relying on 3-point, and when they're not falling, they're sometimes going to have issues. But I mean, Stanford was just coming off a loss, and they played really well and made shots, and Louisville couldn't get enough stops. I'm not that concerned about Louisville. They need to get Michael Brown back on the floor.
Yes.
And
I mean,
he's not gonna be there on Tuesday night.
no. They're still they're a very, very good basketball team even without him, but they are a great basketball team when they're all playing and they're playing together. So,
And we've seen how good they can be.
yeah.
This game reminds me a little bit of the Georgia Tech game last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. But, I mean, give Stanford credit. Like, that freshman they have, was it Okori that put up
Yeah.
28? I mean,
Oh,
he's
he
the
was
third
great.
I mean, he's the third leading freshman scorer in the country right now. And he was ranked, I think, coming out of high school, like, in the 180s. Like, didn't get very many offers. I heard he was supposed to go to Harvard or something like that and ended up going to Stanford, and nobody really talked about him, and here he is sitting third in the country in scoring for freshmen. So, they got
And
some talent.
when they needed buckets, he was getting them,
Yeah,
right?
he
And
was.
that's what we see Mikal do for
Yeah,
Louisville. When they need buckets, he goes and gets them. So,
yes.
It's I going out west, winning both, I think is tough. You don't have your best player. Yeah, it sucks to lose, but I mean, this Kentucky team, they get a win against St. John's. They get Quaintance back. You think maybe they're gonna start playing some better basketball? And I don't know what offense they're running all game against Alabama, and they ain't getting stops. They ain't stopping anybody. We knew that from the beginning of the year, but I thought at least they would score with people.
Yeah.
And half the time, I don't know what they're running.
I did not see any. I mean, caught pieces of the Alabama game, flipping it around, and I mean, I saw they were down big early. They made a
Yeah,
late run. I think they made a late run to cut it. I was watching it. They cut it to 9, and then Alabama just went on like a little 6-7-0 run and put it right back to. It was never really in
they're
jeopardy, but
when they're down that big, they're never gonna get enough stops to get
yeah,
completely back.
correct.
I mean, they almost did against Louisville, but
I mean,
their offense was
missing
clicking there.
6 free throws kind of also helped.
Well, that was even before that too. They got it to
Oh,
4,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I don't know. This team's got issues, and I don't. They a lot of fans are complaining about their rotations, not playing the right guys together.
I don't
I
count them
mean,
out though, man. I mean, they still have talent.
they got
A lot of
talent.
talent. I would not put it past them to turn this thing around.
I mean, Oweh had 22 and 8, and
I mean, they're about to enter a stretch of very, very winnable games, I believe. Aren't they playing like Mississippi State, LSU, Missouri in the next 3 games, or Missouri? They got Missouri at home.
they got Missouri, Mississippi State, LSU in the next 3,
Yeah, so I mean, they should handle those teams, I would
and then
say,
they get
fairly.
Tennessee on the road, and then they get Texas and Ole Miss. So
I mean,
2
they
more.
theoretically should win 5 of the next 6.
Well, I don't. I think they need to.
Yeah, I
They've
think
got to
they
get some.
can. Yeah,
They got to get some confidence, but I don't know if obviously I'm more concerned if I'm a Cats fan than I am a Cards fan right now.
you wouldn't know it based on Twitter.
Well, do what?
Said you wouldn't know that based
Oh,
on fan reactions on Twitter.
well, fans are fans are fans.
Fans are fans. That's right.
Uh, that's why they're called fanatics. All the bowl games, you see all these ceremonies
Yeah,
pregame. Did you see the parachuter at the Armed Forces Bowl?
I did. Got caught in the field goal net, and then he fell, right?
Yeah, it wasn't hurt.
Okay.
Was
Well, I
not
saw him
hurt.
fall. But also,
How does that not happen more often?
well, why is the field goal net up when a parachuter's coming in?
I don't know.
Put the net down.
It shouldn't be, right?
No! Like, put the net down. Nobody's
Like
kicking
I
field
just
goals.
every single time I see it, I'm amazed how they get so close to land on the X.
Yeah.
And like, is this one of those things where they didn't know that the net was up? There's no way. Like the facilities,
I mean, if
I
you're the
don't.
if you're the I don't know if he got off course or if that was supposed to be his course. Like, that's the way he was supposed to be going, but if you're the parachuter and you're coming in, that you probably can't tell that the net's up from that high up. I mean,
I mean, it looks
just some
clear.
thin
Like if you
wire.
look at it from certain angles, you can't see the net at all.
Right, it's some thin wire, like, he probably didn't even notice it until it was too late, but I don't understand if you're the bowl game, why the net's up when you've got a parachute guy coming in from that direction.
Dude, he knows what it feels like to be like a bug and get caught in a spider web now.
Gets up.
Like, like you don't see that thing coming at all.
No, that's actually yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I put the blame on the bowl game on this one, to be honest
But
with you.
I didn't think about that. Do you think normally the nets are down?
I would assume so, 'cause, if they're
Because I'm
not,
just thinking he was off course, but maybe he was on course, and this was a facilities issue where they didn't put the net down.
I think you should put the net down regardless if he's on course or off, because he could get off course. Like, why would you have another obstacle that could just get the guy? Like, put the nets down. Like, he might have been off course, but even if he's off course, the net should not have been up because this is 100% preventable.
1000%.
Like, nobody's kicking field goals when the parachute guy's coming in, so we don't need the field goal nets up.
Yes.
I don't get it. Come on.
And
Come on, Armed
I
Forces
guess
Bowl. We gotta do better. Military. What was it? What bowl was it?
that was the Armed Forces. That was the Lockheed Martin.
Is it the one that was in Dallas?
I'm not
I think Louisville
100%
played
sure.
in that.
There's so many
I
dang
think
bowl
Louisville might
games.
have played in it.
I guess one more bowl game I want to talk about before we get out of here is Wake Forest beat who they beat? A team that didn't even have a 500
Mississippi
record.
State.
Yeah, Mississippi State,
And
5-7 Mississippi State
the Duke's
in the
Mayo
Duke's
Bowl.
Mayonnaise Bowl. Not only does Coach Dickert take the bath in the mayonnaise,
Oh, you got the whole family involved.
he brought the whole fam.
Mm-hmm.
The mayonnaise that they dump on them looks a lot more runny.
So you don't think it's real mayonnaise?
I mean, I'm not a mayonnaise guy, so I'm not an expert in it, but mayonnaise is thick, right?
Yeah, but if you try to dump the actual real like it's not going to come out of that cooler. You're going to need a spoon to start slapping it.
And dude, it's a liquid.
Slopping that's like you have to slop it out of the cooler if it was like the real thick mayonnaise.
Oh, you watch the video. It's a straight liquid coming out. Like
maybe it's ranch dressing made to look like mayonnaise.
Or maybe they just water it down because all mayonnaise is what? Eggs and oil?
Eggs and oil, yeah.
It's all it is, right?
Yeah, so they could have watered it down. It might be real mayonnaise, but like you said, watered down so it does come out of the cooler. Because otherwise, like you're scooping that with a spoon.
But if you beat 5-7 Mississippi State, you taking a Mayo bath?
Yes. You won the Duke's Mayo Bowl, my guy. Of course you are.
You bringing in the whole fam?
You take the Mayo bath, you take the Cheez-It bath, you eat the Pop-Tart. In the Tony the Tigers, you get the cornflake bath, like the potato bowl. You get the French fries on top of you. I mean, I'm really disappointed in the Bush's Baked Bean Bowl. We didn't dump the beans, but at least they had a big old bowl of beans to eat for.
And they were in the trophy, which was pretty cool.
Do I?
They were in the trophy.
Yeah,
which was
yeah. So like that was fine. But I mean, the gimmicks of the bowls are what make them fun. So like these different baths and these different things that are coming out of these coolers on the coaches and. Like, did you see the Pop-Tart Bowl, the ratings that it got?
Yeah, because people just want to see the Pop-Tarts go through the toaster.
I'm saying, like Notre Dame didn't want to play in it, but they would have been the most watched bowl game.
Yeah, and like I think it's on all these bowl games because nobody cares. Nobody cares.
You have to do the gimmicky stuff.
If they do the Pop-Tart or you do the mayonnaise.
Yes, people watch it.
Like, people show up for that.
Yes.
And, like, the Pop-Tarts have the Pop-Tarts running around the whole game. Like, they're four different flavors.
They've got sprinkles in the end zone. Yes. They've got sprinkles on the helmets, sprinkles on the sidelines. Right. No, they do it right. The Pop-Tarts Bowl does it perfectly. And this was the first year Bush's Beans sponsored a bowl game, and they did it right. I was there, and there was beans on literally everything. Bean hats that they gave out. We had bean shirts, bean hats. There's baked bean chapstick that I put in my wife's stocking. Like there's beans on everything. Beans on awful. Literally anything that you could put a baked bean on, they had a baked bean on it. So their branding was on point. On point. So they did a great job. A lot of these bowls do a fantastic job of just making it entertaining and making it fun for the fans that are there and the fans that are watching at home.
Well, next step, you turn the end zone into a big old bucket of beans.
Why not?
Or a big old pile of mayonnaise.
Why not?
See guys diving into the end zone.
It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't know how you can finish your route, but unless you're Jesus and can walk on mayonnaise. But yeah, all these bowl games need to be creative if they want people to watch them.
And most of them are. Yeah,
we're not. I mean, now that the playoffs here, people aren't showing up just to watch two teams that didn't make playoff in a boring bowl game. You need to go watch Stranger Things? Is it too late? Or are you going to watch it tonight?
We're going to try it. 2 hours worth.
How long is it?
It's a 2-hour finale.
You are not going to watch it tonight.
Be over by 12:49. We'll see.
Well, let's get you out of here so you're not going to get yelled at by the wife.
I've been yapping with you too long.
But all right, let's get out of here so Neil can watch Stranger Things, not get yelled at by his wife. I'm still having watched season 4.
You quit? You're done with it?
I mean, I hadn't watched it. When was season 3? Like 2019?
Like a long.
Yeah. I mean, I was off for the last couple weeks, said I'd watch it, and it never even crossed my mind. Maybe one day. We'll see. Let me know how good the finale is. For the 6-6 Nick, I'm the 410 Nick. Make sure you're subscribing on whatever platform you listen to it. Watch us on YouTube. You can also watch us on Spotify. We'll talk to you next week. You've been listening to Height Differential. Give it to me. You better get out here for you.
All right. Upload this thing.